Hi and welcome to another tutorial on robotics. In this video we're going to look at a state machine, and a state machine basically allows for the program to change to different programs. So you're going to depending on the sensors, and I think the best way to show you a state machine is actually to go to my files here. And a little resource I have that just very quickly explains it. If I've got it, here we go. So if I load this up here, this will quickly go over a short overview of what state machines are. So you're going to have two buttons on your robot. Okay, you should find your robot with two buttons, and that is key. I'm going to use the actual buttons connected to the brick, but please do change it to the actual touch sensor. It'll make it much more easier. And just going down here, a state machine, what it does is it breaks down a larger problem into smaller, more manageable problems. So it does do, so you can have 5, 6, 20 smaller little programs as one big program. Each one is independent. They're independent programs that will change depending on states, the sensors. They change depending on different states, what happens, so sensors, the behaviors, okay? And if I go to our little diagram here, this is what we want to try and produce. We want to have the robot, when it starts, it will be in state 0, which programming things start as 0, and it will go forward. When I press button 1, it will move to state 1, where it will go backwards, so it'll be on this state. If on state 1, I press button 1, it will go back to state 0, so it will go forward. Or if I press button 2, it will spin clockwise. Going to state 2, if I click button 2, it will go forward. Or if I click button 1, it will go to state 3, and it will go spin counterclockwise. And then finally on state 3, button 1 does nothing, but button 2 takes it back to state 0, forward. So how do we do this? How do we make this? So if I go to the software, I'm going to open up a new program, and I'm going to hide this and move me up to the top. There we go. I'm going to connect to my brick, which is the virtual brick, and I can see there are two, on this one there are two motors, which is fine, which is B and C. I will use on the virtual brick the two buttons here, the left and the right one, but please do use the touch sensors, the actual touch sensors rather than the buttons, because it will make it easier. Going back, to do a state machine, I need to have a variable, and a variable is something that changes. So using the suitcase, this is a variable, okay? And I can then change this. I can name it state, and I'm going to start at 0. I will put on here a loop, and within that loop I will have a switch, but a switch only has 2 choices. We want to have it with 4 choices. So I'm going to go to tab view, click, still 2 choices, so I need to go to the properties and choose numeric, and I can make this bigger and drag this into here. So I can just make some of this a bit bigger, like so, down like this, and make 2 more states. Start at 0, 1, 2, and 3. So I have 4 states there, 0, 1, 2, 3. Now this is a basic input there. I need to put something in there, and that will be my variable. Okay, so this I'll have as reading it, and that's my output, and into the input there. Whatever value that is, it will go to whichever state. Okay? Now, as we said, the first one was if it's on state 0, it will go forward, and if I press the button, it will go to state 2. State 1. Okay? So, in here, I choose a move block, click on, and then I put a switch, like so. And I change this to when I'm going to have brick button, compare. When I compare it, so I'll use the left one, when I press, and then I'll have another one here saying when I release that. So when I release that button there. So when I release, it will go to state 1. Now, the best way of testing this out is then go to state 1 and just put a stop block in there. So all that will happen, it will start on state 0, it will go forward, press the button, stop. Go back, press play, find the program, press the button, and it stops. Okay, simple. Now, I'm going to do state 1, which on here tells us it wants to go backwards, but this time if I press button 2, it spins clockwise, and if I press button 1, it will go back to forward. So, go back to Lego Mindstorm software, click over here. I want this to go backwards, so I can say -50, and then I put 2 switches in here. One there, and one here. And I'll just move this forward a bit. So I'm going to change this one to brick button, compare, and I'll say this is going to be the left one, and this one will be the brick button, compare, and this one will be the right one. Okay, and I'll put 2 weight blocks down here. Like so. And I'll say left, 0, and this one's the right, 0. Okay, so when I press it, oh, I think I've got that on. Yeah, I've got that the right one. So at the moment they don't go to any state, so I need to put a variable. So this one goes back to state 0, and the other one will go to state 3. And just to see if that works, I'm going to put a stop in state 2. So this will go to state 2, and I will go back to state 2, go to state 2, and put a stop here. I'll download this. I will go back to the software, play, find the program, press, that goes back, forward, back, stop. Perfect. So I've got the first 2 states done, state 0 and state 1. Your challenge is to complete this. And I'm going to leave this on the screen. Please do pause it, have a go at it, and then when you've completed it, show your teacher. Thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, share, and comment.